be showing you how to make some ESP traces for Roblox exploiting. To do this, I'm going to be using Visual Studio Code, which I will link in the description, and that will just so for this we're going to be using the beams instance. We will begin with a variable, so we'll do v.esptraces and we'll set that to true. And then we can define local players. So local players equals game get service players, and we'll also do our local player. So local player equals players.local player. Alright, and now we'll only be using one function for this. So we'll do local function assign traces, looping through all the players in the game. So we'll do this by using a for loop. So for player in pairs players get players, and do local. Actually, no, we'll do if player not equal to local player, because we only want to do this for other players in game. We want to make sure this isn't picking up our player. So alright, and then we'll get their character, so do local player char equals game.workspace player.name. So this will search the workspace for the character, and then we'll do our character, so do local char equals local player.character. Now, just to avoid any errors, we want to make sure that these actually exist. So if not local char or not local char. Actually, you can probably do if not player char or not local char. Find first child humanoid root part. And then we'll just return it if. Now that should avoid any possible errors. And now we will create the beams. So we'll do if our variable ESP traces is true, then we will do local attachment 0 equals instance.new attachments, and then local char. Should we know to wait for child humanoid root part. And attachment 1 will be the other players. So local attachment 1 equals instance.new attachment, and then player char. And then we can just copy this, and this will be the same. Alright, so now we'll create the actual beam itself. So beam equals instance. Actually, we should define. Just do local beam up here. Beam equals instance dot new beam, and beam dot name equals let's do ESP beam. Beam dot attachment 0 is going to be what I've already defined here, so equals attachment 0, and this will be the same for the other one, equals attachment 1. So this is where each of the ESP beams is going to be attached to. So we'll have one end attached to our local player, and the other end attached to the other player's character. And then do beam.color. Now this expects a color sequence, so we need to do beam.color equals color sequence dot new color 3 from RGB. We'll do green, so we'll do like that. And then we'll do beam.faceCamera equals true. And we can do the widths of the beam, so beam.width 0 equals 0.1, and beam.width 1 equals 0.1 as well. And then we'll just parent it to the other player's character. And that should be the beam created now. Now what we can do is we can come back up here, and we'll do a few lines here, and we'll do if player char and local char, then if player char find first child ESP beam. So this will be searching for the beam that we're creating. Then we'll just set it to a variable real quick, so beam equals this, so we don't have to type all of it out. And we can do if beam, then beam.enabled equals our variable, which will be this, and we'll just make sure that it is still attached to our humanoid root part in case it resets. And then we'll do beam.attachment0 equals attachment0. Alright, and that should be good. Actually, wait, we can put this, we tab this. We'll also have this part underneath our if player char and local char. Now, so we also need to end that down here as well. Now I think that should be finished now. Yeah, so let's just finish it off with all the ends and end our function. Then we'll do, down here we'll do an initial function call, so we'll do assign traces, and this will, when we load it in, it will immediately call our function. And also we want to, for whenever a new player is added, we also want to run this script, so we'll do game.players.localPlayer, game.players.player added, and we'll connect an event to this. Connect function, and we'll do player, which will pass the player that's been added. And then that way we can do repeat wait until player.character. So this will wait till they actually load it in and their character exists, and then we'll call our function again. And we'll also need to do this for when a new character is added for our local player. So we'll do local player.character added function, and we'll do the same thing here, repeat wait until, and then for this we can do local player, and then again we'll just call the function. Now this should be finished. Before we execute, there's actually just a couple of errors that we need to fix. So the first one is, this should be instance.new, should be the same as this. And I've also misspelled color sequence, so I just need to fix that. And actually we should probably also add a check for beam here, so and not beam. Alright. And one more quick thing, we just need to make this a lowercase a. Now our script should be working and we can execute it in game. Alright, and now if you execute, there we go, it will create all the beams and it will attach it to all of the different players. And you'll see whenever someone rejoins, it will wait till the character respawns and it will create a new line. And if we also reset, when we load back in, it will... Okay, that's weird. Maybe we should try... There we go, so it does do it eventually. Maybe we should try... repeat wait. I'm gonna do or wait to. Yeah, let's try that now. I'll just rejoin real quick. Alright, now let's try that again. If we execute and reset. There we go, and it will create all of them for some reason. Someone's in the sky, which is why it's pointing up there. But it will recreate all the traces just fine, which is good. And you can also customize the traces a little bit, so if you wanted them to be, for example, bigger, you could change this to 0.5, or you could also change the color. So at the moment it's on green, but you can make it red if you want to. You can make it whatever color you like. Alright, that was a quick tutorial for ESP traces. If you have anything else you want me to make a tutorial for, let me know.